Okay, take 3. Hey, so you've been wondering how to make friends abroad whilst traveling alone? Let me help you. The first tip I'm going to share with you is friends of friends. So, do you know someone who is originally from the country that you're going to visit? You don't have to know them personally, but you can just ask them a conversation like, hey, I'm going to go to insert country, and I'm wondering, do you know anyone there? You may be surprised. They'll actually be like, I have a friend who maybe can show you around. It just takes knowing one person for you to get to know other people. For example, for me to come to Taiwan, I didn't know anyone. I literally only had my managers to socialize with. A friend of mine who lives in Tokyo told me about her friend here, who is Eric, by the way, the guy in the Jufen video. We met up and we hung out. The easiest and kind of like safest way of meeting a person, because you know that they're real. Basically, they're not going to be a murderer. I feel like there's this notion that going to a different country, we have to be careful with who we meet because they can turn out to be serial killers. Like literally, that is a very low percentage. The most part, you are going to meet people who are just like you, curious to meet other people. It's a very low percentage that someone is going to try and murder you. So number 2, social media. You know, we live in a day and age where we can talk to someone on the other side of the world. First of all, there's Instagram. There are people that I follow who actually end up being from the country that I'm going to. It doesn't hurt to send them a message. I think it's great. Another application that probably does not have good fame for what it's used, Tinder. On Tinder, you will meet people who are currently in the same location as you. Personally, I have used Tinder for about a month, and I have met some people who actually turned out to be friends of friends. You're probably asking, Laura, but you live in Tokyo, why did you use Tinder? Sometimes you just need to meet new people to kind of change your perspective. Most of the people that use Tinder, they are travelers, people passing by. When I met them and they would tell me their story, you know, from where they're from, what they're doing, it's kind of like really nice, because for me, it just makes me see things differently. You know, give them an opportunity, because like I said, not everyone is a serial killer. People are just like you, just curious, just like you. Yes, it's true that there are very dangerous people out there and who take advantage of someone who's, you know, being vulnerable and letting a stranger come into their life. But just because they're a stranger does not mean that you need to treat them like they're a serial killer. I will mention though that if you're going to meet someone, meet them in a public place. My third tip, the hostel, hotel, or the place that you're staying. When I was in Thailand, I became friends with the lady that I was staying at the hostel. Another way that I met people was when I was through the hostess of the hostel. She suggested to me to go trekking when I was in Thailand, and I went by myself. And when I went there, I made friends with other people who were, you know, traveling by themselves, trekking, and you know, we ended up exchanging contacts, and occasionally we message each other. You know, it was just that little bit of social life that made it less kind of lonely, because when you travel alone you do get lonely. That is the downside, but the upside is that it makes you step out of your comfort zone. The main key point in traveling alone and for you to meet people is that you have to step out of your comfort zone. You won't meet people unless you try to make some sort of effort. Yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. I do get asked a lot of questions like this, and it makes me think, don't people know how to make friends? And I guess, like, if you've never experienced something like this before, I guess it could be difficult. And I've been traveling now for about 5-6 years. by myself. So if you guys have any other questions, any other topics that you'd like me to talk about in my future videos about traveling or anything of the sort, leave a comment below. I love reading your comments, and thank you to everyone who has supported me whilst I'm in Taiwan. In the end, I'm enjoying it, even though the rain outside is not helping. Anyways, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.